Hi everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the final episode of Smallville. As you know, Smallville charts the progress of Clark Kent as he sets off on his journey to ultimately become Superman, which he does at the end of this episode. Now that's not a spoiler, because we already knew that's what was going to happen, but there are going to be spoilers, so if you want to be surprised when you watch this episode, do not watch this review. Words cannot express how badly written this episode was. The first 20 minutes, nothing happens. There is no story progression whatsoever. This was a feature-length episode, but it didn't need to be. I could download the full version, easily remove 40 minutes worth of filler material, and not affect the narrative one little bit. That is just terrible storytelling. When you write something, you're supposed to ask yourself, does this need to be here? If the answer is no, get rid of it. Another reason I was disappointed was the villain, Darkseid. Now, as anyone who is familiar with the comic books or the animated films and series knows, while Lex Luthor is the schemer in Superman's universe, Darkseid is the guy who can kick his ass physically. And he does so, repeatedly, as you can see here.
Seems you need another lesson in humility, boy.
Yeah, that's right. He just bitch-slapped the last son of Krypton. But in the Smallville series, Darkseid is this non-physical, smoky thing that floats about, occasionally turns into a pack of crows for some reason that's never really explained. And then towards the end, he possesses the dying body of Lionel Luthor. Lionel gives up his life so that Lex can be brought back to life. Lex's resurrection and his brief conversation with Clark before he flies off to save the world is probably the only interesting bit that I've found in this entire episode. But like I said, it is brief, it is underplayed, and it is gone before it even has a chance to really get started. When Clark finally has a chance to go toe-to-toe with Darkseid, he does so while Darkseid is simply possessing Lionel's body. And the fight is over in less than 3 seconds. I can't see how anyone who is familiar with these characters outside of Smallville can be anything but disappointed with this. The writers have spent the entire series building up Darkseid's character as this ultimate force of darkness, and he beats him without trying. Now, some of Smallville's apologists might say, but he only beat that incarnation of Darkseid. Darkseid had already brought forth his homeworld Apokolips, this planet made of pure evil which was on a collision course with Earth, and Clark still had to stop that. But that wasn't particularly difficult either. We have this planet which is colliding with Earth, though for some reason it doesn't seem to have any gravitational effect whatsoever, and he beats that just as easily. He flies up, this entire planet's coming in on a collision course, and he gives it a shove, and it goes away. And that's the end. I'm not joking. That's really it. He shoves it away. 10 series to come up with something, and this is the grand climax that sees him turn into Superman. He gives something a fucking shove. Some might say that it was more about Clark coming to terms with the fact that he was a child of two worlds, but he's been having daddy issues throughout the entirety of these 10 series. That's already been done to death. That is not some saving grace that can rescue this. Do you want to see how a Darkseid Superman showdown is really supposed to go? Watch this clip taken from the animated film Superman Batman Apokolips.
I can't answer that, Kara. Only you can. Whatever you decide, I'll be there for you. I promise. Now, come on, let's go meet the folks.
I gave my word I would not come for the girl. Your death, however, is long overdue, Superman. stupid girl.
You murdering...
Time to die, Man of Steel. We will meet again, Kryptonian.
You didn't think you could just walk away, did you? Don't ever come here again, or you won't be going back.
I really wish the people who had written that movie had been responsible for this episode, because they could have done so much better than the live action writers. So to any Smallville fans, watch this if you really need the closure. But if you're not that big a fan of Smallville, you're really not missing much. Save yourself the hour and 20 minutes and go watch one of the animated features that have been produced. My recommendation would be Justice League New Frontier. It is a far more intelligently written piece. It has far more drama, it has far more tension, and it is just all around far more interesting than this crappy episode. Well, I think I'm done ranting and moaning, so good luck, and I hope you all have a good one.